Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are here for the UPBA Season 1, Week 1. This is my battle against Shady, also known as Tone, I do believe, and his Buffalo Drills. Now, his team is actually not too bad against mine in a matchup. Like, I didn't have a terrible matchup this week. There are only two Mons I just felt like I couldn't exactly deal with. Those two Mons being on his team, being Zeraora and Infernape. Both of them pretty much win on preview. Like, Mudsdale's like my only kind of switch in to either of them, which is really, well, it's my only switch in to Zera. Milotic's kind of my only switch into Infernape, but if he runs like Z Solar Beam, which he could because his Infernape is a Z-Mon, then he's just going to blow me away. So, that's not good. So, I'm actually just going to get straight into this game as I don't actually know what team I had this week. Yeah, I don't know my sets. I'm pretty sure it was just like 4 attacks and Medi. I think I had Leech Seed. Was I offensive? No, I didn't bring offensive because even with like Autonomized Boost, it still gets outsped by Scarfed Ape or just Zera without even a Scarf. Like, Zera's way too fast. I'm pretty sure I just went with kind of more of a bulky, like 2 attacks, Leech Seed, Protect. Then I also had like Rindo, Rocks, Raw, Toxic, Earthquake, I think, and then I had Scarf for attacks, Delphox, Recover, Dragon Tail, Scold, Haze, maybe? I'm unsure if that's my set, but I'm going to go with it. And then Wish Protect, Moonblast, and probably Defog, I would assume. So, yeah, just going to get straight into this game. Okay, so you see, we are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Shady. And he's going to lead off with Zera, I do believe, as I decide to lead off with Medi. And I believe on turn 1 I just go for the Zen Headbutt. No, I think I went for Fake Out. I believe. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, as we are actually going to see he reveals a pretty random move on this Zera in Protect here, which, you know, I found that was interesting. Clearly it was for the Medi, because Medi does Oko Zera, and he doesn't really switch into Mega Medi too well. So, yeah. And at this point, I can just click a Jump Kick. I believe he's going to switch into Tangrowth, is that? That does look like a Tangrowth on my screen. I'm actually going to switch out. I don't know why I switched there. That was a bad play. Why did I mean, I just high Jump Kick and kill something. I'm really unsure why I switched there. But I switched to Mudsdale, and now I have to switch out. I guess I figured maybe he could KO me somehow, even though I'm pretty sure looking at counts he couldn't. So I'm going to switch to my Steelers. I felt it could take this on. And now it gets Sleep Powdered. And now Steelers are useless until it wakes up. So here, I'm going to try and put myself back in this game, make an offensive play into my Milotic, predicting Infernape. If he goes into Zera, that would be very bad for me. But you do see I get the play correct, as he does go Ape. And I believe here I'm just going to go for a Scold. It does seem like that would probably be the play, as he's going to go straight for the Z-Grass, and I was so upset here. I was like, well, Z Solar Beam is just probably going to knock me out, or at least put me in range of where he can easily get the KO on the next turn, as he does go for the Bloom Doom. And you're going to see this actually doesn't do much. Well, it does quite a bit. I mean, it's a grassy, but I'm pretty sure it only does like half. As, yeah, I take just over half, telling me that that was Z Grass Knot, as I do go for a Toxic. I feel like I should have just gone for Scold. Damage on Ape would have been important, but I guess I Toxiced in case he went Tangrowth, if he didn't have Grassium. So, at this point, my only play was Recover. I needed to put my Milotic back in this game, and I figure I could outbulk this, which is definitely true. As now he's going to make that switch out into his Zeraora, and at this point I have to make the Mudsdale play. I'm confident he has Grass Knot, but I can take 2 due to my Rindo Berry, so it's somewhat a safe switch, somewhat not. I don't want to lose my Rindo Berry, but my team doesn't switch in at all, so I just have to hope he chokes and goes for a Plasma Fists, even though this read was super easy to make, and he does make it. So nice read on his end. I'm going to see this doesn't do too much. I take it just fine. And I believe this turn I'm just going to click Earthquake. I either Earthquake or Rocks. I think I should Earthquake here just because even though the switch is obvious, I need to get rid of this if I can. And I'm pretty much... That's the issue with this matchup. I kind of had to play off his choke of sacking his 2 win cons. I actually go for Rocks, so I didn't make that play. I feel like that was kind of how I had to play this game. I had to play as if he was going to choke away his win cons, which, you know, isn't good. I mean, technically Medi could beat the, Medi could at least beat Zera, but I'm going to bring out my floor just here, as he's going to go for a Giga Drain, and I believe this turn I just wish up. I figured, you know, I can take on Tangrowth. You know, one on my team's already asleep, so I should be able to take this on, as he's going to make that switch into Build the Wall, the Aggron, which, pretty safe switch for him. I believe I'm just going to pass my wish off to Mudsdale now, which is very nice to get that wish out into Mudsdale, as I do need Mudsdale as healthy as it can be to try and take him on, so that's at least something. And I believe he just goes for his own rocks. I would assume he just goes... I mean, his players definitely have rocks or just attack. Oh no, he actually switches into Tangrowth, I believe. That's Tangrowth, not a Gastrodon, trust me. Just ignore how it looks and just believe me that it's a Tangrowth, because it definitely is. So anyway, he brings in Gastrodon, which I was kind of fine with. I mean, I got my health back, which was the important part. My tick should be able to take this on, so I'm going to send it right out, as he goes for a Curse, which Curse Gastrodon is cool. You know, just Curse bulky waters in general is always kind of fun to see. I mean, I've used Curse Suicune pretty recently in PCL, so Curse Gastrodon is also... I feel like Curse Gastrodon's better than that, but, you know, I believe I just go for a Toxic here, as he's going to make that switch into his Tangrowth, which, you know, I will take any damage I can get on Tangrowth. Tangrowth is a huge threat for me. Well, I guess it isn't. I can't break it, but just having a Toxic on it makes it easier to wear down. And at this point, I'm just going to make my switch back into floor, just as, you know, he's already pretty much shown he can't deal with it. If he has Sludge Bomb, then he's kind of played as if he hasn't had it. So, if he has Sludge Bomb, I mean, that's his only play here, in my opinion. He should always go for it. And I'm going to send out my Florges, as he just goes for another Giga Drain, doing, I believe, like 15 damage. Oh no, it does like 30 damage. But I get about half of that back from my lefties. So, you see I'm not even being worn down too badly, which is pretty nice. As you see, this Tangrowth does also have lefties, which I'm pretty sure had already been shown on Edge Dimension. But I believe I'm going to fire for Wish here, as he goes into his Aggron again. No, he goes... What's that? That is his Donphan. That's his 6th mon. I kind of forgot he had a Donphan. But yeah, I'm going to just go for Wish here. I believe pass to Mudsdale, as I saw no reason not to at this point. You know, I can get Mudsdale back in, and I was assuming he'd go for a spin here. So, if he does that, I can just Toxic him and then get my rocks back up. And if he EQs, then, you know, I'm going to get all that back. The only play that would be kind of bad for me is if he went for a Toxic with this Donphan, but I figured he wouldn't have, like, Toxic on his Donphan. But he does get rid of my rocks, I get the Wish recovery back, and I'm just going to Toxic here. You already see, with this Toxic, I already have half his team on timers, and it's on, like, his 3 Pokemons that can be Toxic, so, you know, everything other than Aggron. So we have a Toxic up on this. Oh no, we don't have the 3 Pokemons, I believe we have a Toxic on... Oh no, I go for Rocks, not Toxic. I should always click Toxic, but I guess I figured his play would be to Tangrowth. So I don't have a Toxic on Donphan, but I'm going to get it here. So I have Toxic on this, I have Toxic on Infernape, and I have Toxic on Tangrowth at this point. So, you know, if I can Toxic that Gastrodon, this game is going to be really looking good for me. Just, you know, whittling all these down with the bulk I have here it's working so far. But, you know, I know that as soon as Infernape comes in, or as soon as Zera comes in, he can change that. You know, right now, it doesn't look like he's able to break me too well, but it's because he's playing with his defensive plays. Like, we're both playing with our Wolves, or Bulkiamons at the moment. As soon as the offensive threats get in, so his Zera, his Infernape, or Mega Medi, you know stuff's going to start dropping. But he's going to make the double here, knowing Florges is going to come out, and he's going to go back in his Donphan to get another spin-off. And, I mean, at this point, I can just Wish Pass back out. So, I didn't really get the play. I figured if he Earthquakes, I could just, you know, go for Protect and get my health back. But, you know, I'm just going to Wish into my Mudsdale here. I also figured if I can keep these rocks up, I may be in a position soon where I can start clicking Raw and racking up even more damage. So, that would be pretty nice for me. As you do see he goes for a spin, which definitely is the play I was expecting to come off, but I knew EQ was also an option. But now my floor just is back at full. And, oh no, it's not. It is not back at full, but it's close enough. So I can switch out right now to my Mudsdale, get all the health back that he's taken away. I believe he actually does stay in here. I don't believe he switched. No, he does switch into, I'm assuming JKL. No, he goes Aggron, which Aggron confused me because my play was obviously Mudsdale. You know, I need the Wish health. I need Mudsdale to be healthy. So now I'm going to just go for Rocks, as he actually does Mega Evolve, and I believe he goes for Taunt here. And I believe he also outsped me, which was surprising. He outspeeds me and gets a Taunt off. Actually, Aggron might be just faster than Mudsdale. I don't know if he's speed crapped or if Aggron's just that fast. Unsure of which one it is. But now he's going to go for a Heavy Slam, and this won't do too much to me, and I will get my stamina boost. So I figure, you know, if he's just going to let me have chip on Aggron, then I will take the chip on Aggron. You know, it's not too bad for me. Even being taunted, I still can put pressure on him with just two Earthquakes there. That was a crit, actually, so I couldn't do that much normally. I was kind of wondering. But he's going to go for Rest here, and this scared me a bit, seeing how bulky this Aggron could be. I was kind of trying to figure out how I actually beat this. I mean, I had a few checks. If I can just get Medi in or Delphox in, I should be okay breaking this. And it seems like Heavy Slam will be his only attack move, because I figured he also would have Sleep Talk here. So I'm going to try and get my Rocks up, hoping he doesn't get Sleep Talk Taunt. I believe he gets Sleep Talk Rest. So, yeah. At this point, I was pretty happy to see this Aggron set, because I see there's no Rocks on it, and I see his only attack is Heavy Slam. So I should be able to beat this with Delphox pretty easily. And here I actually should have always just gone into Delphox, because, you know, I could have just knocked him out. But I believe I'm just going to go for a Roar. Which, I mean, Roar's fine as well, because it just chips stuff down. And I was kind of hoping it would give me either Aggron or back into, like, one of his other Pokemons. But it brings in Infernape, and I have no switch-ins, so I had to EQ. In my mind, EQ was the best play here. I get rid of one of his two offensive threats, and I get rid of the one I think, honestly, is the bigger threat. So, you know, this was the best play in my mind. But, you know, we'll find out later if it was, as I'm going to just go for an Earthquake, as he does go for Grass Knot. He does not knock me out, but my Earthquake will straight up knock out Infernape, so that's going to be the first KO of the game. So, I was thinking I was in a really good position now, because if I can get rid of this Zeraora, I figured this game should be over. He doesn't seem to have the offense on the other mons to actually beat me. So, I'm going to make the switch into Florges here, and I'm going to realize this Zeraora is a huge, huge issue. I knew it was a huge issue going in, but I figured maybe I could do something about it. And here I'm going to go for a Wish, and you're going to see he goes for Plasma Fists. I figured, you know, he'd try and protect in Grass Knot. I figured maybe he'd be T-Bolt instead of Fists for some reason. I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking, but you see how much that does, and at this point, I should have made the offensive play. I should have gone Mudsdale. Going Dale was 100% my play here, even though I figured Grass Knot was probably what he'd go for, but I just protected. And I'm going to realize on the next turn, this is not going to give me enough recovery to where I live, as he does just Grass Knot. But I definitely shouldn't have protected. Protect was the wrong play. I should have either attacked him or gone Mudsdale. Because now I'm in a position where he just can click Fists. And I will go Mudsdale here. I figure it's the best play. And what I'm going to try and do over the next few turns is make the switch into Mudsdale and then make the switch back. I figured maybe if I do it enough, he'd make the prediction one turn and I could make a prediction and stay in, and that could potentially be really good for me. So, you're going to see I do bring out my floor just as, yeah, I'm just trying to get my floor just a bit higher on HP than it was. He does get the Grass Knot crit there, which is completely fine. And I believe after this, I'm going to just go for a Protect, as I'm trying to get my floor just back to where it can live one. Honestly, my best play at this point was probably just to sack off Mudsdale and then bring out Medi. But, you know, I was just, I don't know, I was just looking at Florges right now against this, this thing. I wasn't even considering Medi for some reason, even though, you know, I kind of registered Medi would live. So, I'm going to make the switch back. And I believe this is the turn I'm going to double back to Florges. No, I stay in here. This is the turn I stay in. And he just Grass Knots. And that's Mudsdale gone. So, this is fine. I know he's going to protect when I bring out Medi here. but that is okay, because I do know that Medicham can live one Plasma Fist from full. So I just click Zen here. Zen is the only play right now, as he looks to be in Zen range. And Zen's still my play. I figure he's probably going to switch, and if I go for jump kick and miss, that puts me in a really bad position. So he's going to go into a Tangrowth, and I'm going to go for Zen Headbutt, and you're going to see this isn't a 2-hit, so I do have to click a jump kick here. Oh no, it is, because I get a crit. But I might actually just Zen again, actually, looking at that. If I didn't get the crit, I would have jump kicked. But that looks to be Zen range, so I probably just Zen again, as he does make the switch into Donphan here. And you're going to see this does a good amount to this Donphan. I was surprised I didn't KO it, honestly. I think if I went for high jump kick, I might have KO'd from this range. Let's see how much this does, actually. No, I definitely wouldn't have. But here I'm going to... With the poison, I would have. Here I choke. I figured he might not have Ice Shard. It wasn't a play worth making. And even if I knew he didn't... Before he didn't have Ice Shard, my play was Bullet Punch. He was easily in range, and I wouldn't have been in range of Zera if I'd done that. But now I'm in range of a Plasma Fists. So I have to Bullet Punch now to just try and put him in Delphox range, because I just choked away my most offensive threat, which, yeah, this is bad. This is definitely getting bad for me now, since this Zera is going to come in and knock out my my Medi here, which definitely does suck. Medi going down is going to put me in a lot less offensive position, and it's definitely bad because we're actually getting down on timer now, and with both of us pretty much having bulk plus one offensive threat, this game could go for a while. It could definitely go to timer. But he's going to make the Tangrowth plays. I do just go for a Flamethrower. I'm kind of questioning why it was Tangrowth that came in and not Gastrodon. Maybe he just thought I'd Grass Knot, but I didn't. And Tangrowth is gone, which I will take any KOs I can get right now, as he does bring out Gastrodon here. And I'm going to make the Milotic switch, because I believe I have 4 right now and he's 3 Mons, so I figured maybe I could timer stall him. I wasn't going to play for it, but I figured maybe this game could come down to timer on my side right now. He's going to make the offensive switch back into his Zera Aura. He's going to make that read. And here, I believe I'm going to make the Stealer Sack, as you're going to see he makes a play that I questioned a lot. Well, I didn't question. I do understand why he made the play, but I still think it was the wrong one. He went for Protect. He was clearly trying to stall timer on this at this point, because we're definitely under 15 minutes. And under 15 minutes, he started going for timer stall. That was his win con in his mind. So he goes for Plasma now and knocks out Stealer. But my question is, what if I went into Delphox? Because Delphox always lives a Plasma Fist, so it was a reliable play. And I just feel like he made the wrong play. But you know, it worked out. So now I'm going to bring out my Stealer as, oh sorry, my Delphox, and I'm going to go for Grass Knot, forgetting he has Protect. I forgot he had this, which meant, you know, I actually go for a Psyshock, which I believe he's just going to switch out an Aggron now, so that's a switch, I guess, that is going to put him in a good position. So, yeah, this is unfortunate. So, I believe this turn I'm going to make the switch into, I would assume Milotic. I don't think I'd ever go floor just on an Aggron, at least at this point at least. So I'm gonna go to my Milotic right now. I figured maybe I could get a recover up, maybe I could get a Scold off, do some chip, because we're still both tied at 3 Mons right now. You know, I could still win off HP if I can get rid of Aggron, as he does get a Taunt from Sleep Talk, meaning no recover, meaning Scold is the only play. As I'm going to make the switch into my Florges. And why did I make... Hang on. He's going to Heavy Slam and just knock me out. I figured he'd switch for some reason into Gastrodon. I figured he'd go Gastrodon, figuring Scold was my only attack move, and he'd get the boost. It made sense in my mind, and I do feel like he should have made that play, but I believe I'm just going to Flamethrower as he goes Gastrodon, or do I actually make the read here? Either way. I went floor just there because I figured he wouldn't live there was a chance he probably wouldn't live 2 Scolds with Aggron, so he'd switch out into Gastrodon. He didn't do that, and he caught me and KO'd Florge. But I'm going to go for a Grass Knot into Gastrodon, and you're going to see I do it again, and he does sack, I didn't want to make this play again. I almost switched, but I figured at this point we are running out of time. If he switches this, if he conserves this, he wins. I have to play off his choke, which is what I did. Now at this point, I do win the game. Flamethrower will win me this game. So all I have to do is sack off my Milotic and I win. And he's going to make the knockoff. He's going to go for the knockoff, which I figured he had. And unfortunately, he just has too much time to click moves. 90 seconds every turn just messes me up in this end game. So he's just going to win off timer here as Milotic does go down. I'm going to be able to switch into my Delphox. There's no way I win this game unless I get both KOs, because Aggron probably does end up having more HP. But the timer's just going to run out there. Even if it didn't run out right there, he did have another turn he just protected. So, yeah, that's an unfortunate week 1. We're going to lose 2-1 to timer. Definitely not how I wanted this to start. But, I mean, if I'm going to lose week 1, at least it was a game where I should have ended up winning. Like, I would have won this game had I had, 5 more... I'm not even going to say 5 minutes. I probably would have needed more. But... had this game not finished with timer, I won the game. So, it sucks. What can you do about it? I should have played more offensively. I did not make the offensive plays I needed to. Every time I could have, I feel like I played too safely. I shouldn't have sacked Medi. There's just a lot of misplays that I made. So, it's my fault I lost. If I just played more offensively with my 2 main threats being Medi and Delphox, I feel like this game was mine. I played too passively, didn't work out. So, yeah. I will see you guys in week 2. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye. Goodbye.